if you want to go high and you want to go fast, it's a low bike with high handlebars and high PSI. And it's lean back and don't die. Yeah, what's your, like, are you gluten-free? If so, I have the bakery for you. I have myself tatted on me. My buddy Bryce drew it out. It's got my helmet, my beer, my cigarette. And the concrete really lets you have it. It's a love-hate relationship. You try to make out with the concrete, she'll take your teeth. It's all love. It's something you fall in love with. I started coming to the skate park when this particular skate park I started coming to when I was about 9 years old. We had just moved here from Wichita, Kansas, and I just turned, I think, 10, and this was like the second time I'd gone here, and my parents had bought me all new like skate shit, and I couldn't even drop into the bowl at this time. I'd like get in the bird bath over there and just roll in, and I remember watching this guy fucking do the full loop on a board, and I was like, one day I'll be able to do that. Now, at no point in time have I ever been able to do it on a board, but I can do it on a bike with damn near my eyes closed. So, I mean, you give and take with that. And yeah, like, this has just always been the place where like I learn a new trick and I have a certain line here, and I have to go figure out how to put that trick into a line. And this has just been home, the dojo, the place of learning. And this is where I come to be at peace. You don't get to experience it unless you're doing it. I can't, every skater, BMXer, FMX rider, anybody that does anything extreme that requires fucking airtime can tell you there's no other feeling like it. You have something in mind when you come to the skate park that you want. And you either leave feeling accomplished, or you leave not landing it, but you've also tried it all day. So it's not that it's a complete loss, it's the fact that you came, you learned, and then next time it's a new day, so maybe you land it. Nice. And that's probably one of the most satisfying things in life, is to work for something and then get it. So the Skate Fast, Eat Ass I got when I first got sponsored by Moth Clothing, because I just always dreamed about the day I got sponsored, and I was like, well, I like to skate really fast, and sometimes when you're skating fast, you eat some ass, and the concrete really lets you have it. And then I got Love Hurts, as we can wipe the dust off from the last crash, because love does hurt. It's you're not going to get up off the ground if you don't love what you do. You're going to quit and you're going to go home for the day. So it's all about passion, and the rest are just shit that I liked that my tattoo artist had. You know, I have myself tatted on me. My buddy Bryce drew it out. It's got my helmet, my beer, my cigarette, as you can see. I don't have my moth shirt on right now, but yeah, you know, it's just working. My first tattoo was on the back of my leg. So my dad had threatened me Because I was 16, I was like, Dad, I want a tattoo. And he's like, you ever come home with a tattoo before you can move out on your own, I'll take it off with a razor blade. And I was like, word. So I turned 18. I became a legalized fucking man. First thing I did is I rode my bike 5 miles to the first tattoo shop and I got this motherfucker.
You wanna show it?
Yeah, fuck, I mean, I gotta fucking, oh, fuck my leg. Oh. Yeah. If you consistently want something and it's a dream, no matter how crazy it is, and you consistently chase that fool, at some point in time, it comes true. I'm 23, and I've been chasing the same dream for the last 15 years. At some point in time, I'm gonna make it a real life thing.
So 15 years, man. Long ass time.
It's a long ass time. With my bike, within the last year, I've got back into it. When I was 18, I was at my local park in Derby, Kansas, and I completely shattered the left side of my face. I crushed my mandible bone in my jaw completely. I have a I had a piece of metal up in there, and I had my jaw wired shut for 3 months, and I didn't touch a bike for about 3 years after that. I got rid of it, just went into a spiral of drugs and depression, and skating pulled me out of it. And then one day I decided to buy another bike again, and here we are. It's just, you know, I felt completely lost without my bike. I felt like I'd lost a piece of myself, and that was, I struggled with suicide a lot after that, because I had told myself if I wasn't pro by 25, I'd put a bullet in my brain. And that was a massive driving force in the way I rode and the way I went about life. And as I'm coming up on 24 and the next one 25, I've completely abolished that idea, because I've come to terms with people that are like 30 and just turning pro and all this, and it's just something that you consistently have to chase if you want it. And that was a big turning point in my life. I think I was about 21 when that realization set in, and I'm glad it did, because I probably wouldn't be here right now. It's a hard time. I still struggle with it every now and then, because you know, like, I didn't think I go day by day, and at no point in time did I think I'd make it to 23, let alone 21, you know? So it's a beautiful thing. I try to take life not for granted as much as possible, you know? It's even though I'm pretty crazy and I do some radical fucking things on the day-to-day, like drive 110 goddamn everywhere and play the game inches on the highway, but you know, besides that, like, I don't know, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. It's definitely it's not only a hard subject to talk about with a lot of people, but like, as someone who's been like clinically diagnosed with like bipolar and depression and like all these like things, like I try to talk to my dad and he's like, you don't have that, it's all mentality. And it's like, no, I have a serious chemical imbalance in my head. And I deal with that on a day-to-day on my own. I don't take any other drugs for it. I try not to be on antidepressants because I don't want to be this fucking zombie. Yeah. Smoke a lot of weed, trying to cut back. I've cut back on drinking significantly. I don't do cocaine anymore. Like I'm trying to turn my body into this just absolute machine at the fucking skate park. I want to ride every fucking day, and like I work fucking 12 hours a day in this goddamn fucking heat, 105, and I work my fucking ass off, and at the end of the day when I get home, I want to lay the fuck down. Like, I was trying to talk myself out of coming out today, and I'm so glad I fucking did. I always thank myself at the end of the day, but it's overcoming that, and it's you're fighting yourself, or not even fighting, it's talking yourself into doing something that you want to do, but you're like, you're mentally and physically tired. And that's what comes down to it. You're chasing a dream. It ain't gonna fucking stop. Time doesn't slow down, and the more time you waste, the less time you have to enjoy it when it gets here. Yeah, my dad is instilled this work ethic in me that you don't find anymore. Like I take pride in everything the fuck I do. It's if I'm doing something, I'm not doing it half-assed. I'm not doing it 75%. It doesn't matter if I'm tired or if I'm in a piss poor fucking mood. It's all right, I gotta do this. I have to put 110% in. And there's no other way around it. Cause I don't trust a motherfucker that don't take pride in what the fuck they do. And I refuse to be that motherfucker. My favorite forms of art are tattoos, graffiti. I really like metalwork as of lately because my buddy, he does welding. He's been making sculptures and he's been asking me to come help and like fabricate and do metalwork with him. Nice. And I've taken a liking to that lately. And then, just abstract art and other shit. I like stuff that like you look at and you're like, what the fuck? And you're like, I want that on my wall. Also like super fine oil paints and like realism, like fine flowers, like not Vincent Van Gogh, but like dude, there's an artist that like out in LA that does it. It's fucking sick.
What got you into art?
Cocaine and LSD. I'm not even kidding. My buddy Ish and Corey, we go over their house every weekend and we do a bunch of blow and take acid, and they do spray paint all the time. And one day I was like, you know what? I can fucking do that. And turns out I do it better than they do. Because I've been doing like spacescapes and national like scapes and like just fucking like Bob Ross style, but with like a spray paint can and a fucking knife. Yeah, watching people that don't ride regularly terrifies me because I hate watching people get hurt because my first response is I have to go help them.
That's understandable.
Yeah, well, like yesterday I watched two bad crashes back to back, and both times like I was just instantly in the bowl. I watched Casey fuck up his wrist and just lay there, and Casey usually just like up like a bunny bounces back up, so like if he lays there it's bad. And then one kid fucking cased and he went straight to his head, and that's just no good, man. Like I don't skate without, like, there's certain times I'll skate with a helmet, but other times, like, if I ride my bike, I always have a helmet on, and I learned that after I crushed my jaw. If I can convey one message to any young riders out there or anybody that's, like, watching, is, like, you don't have to have full pads on, bud, but, like, at least put a helmet on for me, like, or not even for me, for yourself, like, I've had so many head injuries, and like I've lost weeks and months of my life for them, and the mood swings that come with it, it's not worth it. CTE is not a joke, because like you can permanently just mess yourself up. So I constantly preach headwear, even though I don't wear it half the time.
90, man. Do you have anything like closing out you want to say?
Stay dangerous.